What's up, guys? It's your boy Magic Mercer back with another YouTube video, and this one's gonna be kind of interesting. You see, I was scrolling on my YouTube channel in YouTube Studio the other day just to check on a bunch of other videos and a bunch of other projects that I also have to upload because I've done quite a bit of editing and I just have to schedule a bunch and then make sure they're gonna come out properly. However, I've noticed that I didn't really do great on the whole magic part of it because that's basically what the channel's based off of, is the fact that I want to do more magic tricks and more content for you guys, so not only learn but also experience and enjoy. However, the only real video that I have in there is a simple shuffle video with a little bit of background music. Not my ideal way of taste. However, I wanted to share you guys a little sneak peek of what might happen. You see, about a year ago when I was still in high school, my senior year, Essex Technical High School in Danvers, the high school that I went to, had their first ever talent show, thanks to Miss Coco, shout out. And, well, I had my first real performance up on a stage in front of a large crowd, whether it was with just the students or parents and students and all. There was one just for the school and one for everyone else that bought a ticket with it. Now, with this in concern, I also was very nervous because it was my first time going on a stage to perform magic in front of a lot of people, especially a large crowd like that. And so that performance I did got so many people hyped up and loving magic from that second that I did the first trick all the way to the last. I ended up giving 2 decks of cards away with my name signed on them because I was so proud of what I accomplished. But great, because about a year later, I'm bringing it back. Heck yeah, check out this little footage from what I got from the talent show. And so what I thought from that was that simple. How about I recreate that exact same performance on this channel, on this video today, then give you guys a tutorial on how to do it. Because personally, I love magic, but you gotta learn one way or another. So why not learn from a person who did their first ever magic trick, loved it on performance on a stage in front of a large crowd of people, and inspired myself to do just more and more and more for you guys. And I know it's not the best thing for a magician to rattle off some of his secrets, but hey, the way you learn is by teaching others, right? That might be phrased bad, but you get my point. The way you learn is by watching others and gaining their knowledge about the certain subject. So, how about I just recreate it for you and teach you a tutorial on how to do it. Here it is. I hope you guys enjoy, and try not to use too many of my secrets outside. I still have more in my brain. Take that into account. See you at the performance. Okay, so now we're at the performance end of it. I cannot wait to re-perform this trick for you because it took a long time to learn, and I'm very proud of this. Alright? So, first things first, I have 2 things here. One is a deck of cards, just the classic, and the other is a squishy sponge ball. Now, I couldn't find my other one, so we're just going to have to work off with what we got. Now, I want to show you that every single card in this deck is completely randomized. So, even if you think I'm trying to mess with the trick, I'm really not. But, for starters, let's just shuffle it up to make sure everything will be mixed up and ready. Alright. We'll give it a couple cuts as well, just to make sure that the cards are completely mixed up and I'm not trying to force hand anything, which is technically possible, but I'm not trying to do it in this specific trick. Alright, now, next thing is next, we have to pick out a card. So I think I'm just going to scroll through randomly and then see if I can pick one out. Say, I don't know, right here. That card right there. So I will pull those up into a deck. This is your card. Alright? That is your card. I won't pick on it too much because I know of the sincerity of some different types of things, but you know, that's just the way that card works. So I'm going to put it right on the top of the deck, just like so. Then I'm going to take that card and I'm going to put it right in the middle of that deck, like so. Then I'm just going to casually slide it right into the deck. Then I'm going to completely shuffle up this deck. So that way, we don't know where it is. Now I can try to scroll through and see where it is, but keep in mind, I did not look at it when I showed the camera, so I wouldn't know which one of these cards is that card. But I have a way of finding it, alright? Now, with this trick, I also want to express that I will try to teach you a number of different card tricks, such as a technique of where I would usually try to put the card into like the center of the deck, you know, just to play it off, kind of. But unfortunately, I can't exactly do anything with that, so instead I'm going to teach you two of the basic simple tricks that I have. One where is I take one card and I completely transform it into another card, which is a very simple trick actually because it uses two, but in this case I'm going to show you how we transform a queen of clubs into a four of clubs instead. And I can easily transform this right back. Just a simple one from my hand. Kidding. That should give you more than enough information on how to do the trick. You're welcome. Now, the real way we do tricks, aside from the main cards that we use, are the props that we use. Unfortunately, I do not have my second sponge ball with me, so we're just going to have to work with this one, and we can. Because, watch. 1, 2, 3. It's in this hand currently. This hand right here. And I'm going to show you. Ready? All it takes is a simple bump. Just tap. You're going to realize that that has no ball in it. But this one has one ball. The sponge ball. Now, I was not touching those cards the entire time I did any other trick. I was just showing you how to do those tricks. But the thing is, if I just pick it up, I shake it a bit, and I snap, you're going to notice that once I spread them out, every single card is going to be face down except for one card and one card only. Your two of spades. I really hope you like this trick, and now time for the tutorial. Alright, now that you've made it this far into the video, I'm going to teach you how to actually perform this trick because it is such a delicate trick. It takes about, I want to say, 5 different techniques in order to pull this off. Now, all you're going to really need is just the mat, so you have a nice foamy surface, a nice really fuzzy surface to go off of. You're going to need your classic deck of cards, any deck of cards, doesn't matter, and you're going to need your sponge balls. Unfortunately, I do not have 2 of them, but we can always use 1 if you have a good sleight of hand. Now, with this card trick, you're going to first take out the cards, then get rid of the box, because we don't exactly need that at the moment. That's for a whole different trick in entirety. And to be honest, you could really just shuffle this up like crazy without even trying. You could do any flourishes, any cuts. There's no real setup for this trick other than doing it in mid-flight. And I messed up that shuffle, but that's fine. You always mess up once or twice. You just can't make that same mistake, like so. Now, you can shuffle this up in any way, shape, or form you would like to. I'm just doing it just random shuffles, to be honest. A couple bridges, a couple cuts, a few flourishes here and there. You can shuffle up any way you want to because this trick works off of specifically working with a spectator or person you're performing it with. Alright? Now, obviously you have to select a card, but before you do that, you always have to show that they're all completely random, especially with this trick. Alright? Now you're going to spread them out. You can have them pick any card they want. Say if they want this specific card right here. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter how you do it. It's literally just this one card. Now in this case, the card is a 6 of hearts card, which is fine. Doesn't matter. But with this, you also have to be very good with sleight of hand and keeping up with all your card tricks, especially with your techniques in palming, because that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to use your palming technique and take one from the top, just like so. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you get the pinpoints down, this is what you're going to do. Because of the fact that you're going to need a trick card, then you're going to go to pick up that card and quickly place it on the top of the deck. That way, the fake card is right there, and the actual card is the one right under it, okay? Now, because of this, because of the fact that they're there, what you can then do is you can say, okay, well, before I shuffle this card up, I'm going to take your card, which is their fake, and I'm put in the middle. Just remember, do not flip it upside down because they will know that is not their card. So you can just put it right in, do any shuffles you want. But in this case, you really have to be on point, because if you do say something like a bridge of some sort, you have to understand which side of the deck of cards it's on. That way you can always keep that main card right on the top. So this is where it's going to come in handy. Now, I would say usually, well, you would try to have to learn a bunch of different techniques. For instance, I would try to learn this one, put it in the middle, but this is the main way I do it. You're going to do what's called a double hand card take. Which essentially is just 2 cards and a pinky break. 1, 2, and you hold a pinky break right there, so that when you do this, there's a little break in between the cards. Then you take it as 1 from the corners. I would usually do that, spin it around a couple times, and then once you're about to put it in, keep in mind this is 2 cards. You're going to put it in as so, and then right behind here, because they're not going to be focused on the back end of it, what you're going to do is you're going to slowly push it in with the other hand like so, just like that. Then once that's pushed in, it's a perfect exit to the trick. Then you take it out and say, well, I can't use that technique, so how about I do this instead? You're going to do a 1 card pinky break, just like so, the top card on top of that one, and then with that pinky break, you're then going to take your thumb and move up both cards like so. You're going to do the simple shake method and transform method, so it's literally just you shaking and then you doing that. And what that's going to look like is this. You can make it look like you completely transformed a card just by shaking it. It's a really cool effect. You're going to place it back on the top, as so. Then you're going to take that exact same card and say, hey, how about I transform this again? Upside down, put it on the bottom of the deck. Then you're going to flip the deck over, and that's the exact card you're going to see. It's one of the most simplest concepts ever. Just do that. It works all the time, trust me. Then you're going to do a very simple technique that I've used many, many times in the past to create this trick and illusion. You're going to then, with your 3 or 4 fingers, you're going to push up on that main card with your other pointer finger controlling that card, and that's going to reveal the card on the bottom of that queen. Now, what you can do with this, because of the fact that it's in open space, you can then use your palm to simply push it out or recline it back. Put it in reverse. However you want to put it in adjectives. That's what you're going to do. You're going to put it all the way back. Using your pinky, you're going to control it. And then once that little indent is right there, you're going to push forward, and that's going to put it above it. And because of the fact that you had your index finger controlling that queen all along, all you're going to do is you're going to push it backwards towards you and then push that forwards. That way you have that card. So that way it creates this illusion where you can visually change it just by the heat of your hand. And obviously you're going to show them, hey, this is what I do just by pushing it up. And once they see this, they'll have more than enough evidence to prove so. And while that's that, then you can just then put that deck off to the side, because keep in mind that pre-ready trick is already done so that you can pull it off at any point. You can take a random trick such as this one or a random ring trick. Could be anything such as even this, which is legitimately just sleight of hand where you take it like that. Pretend to take it, nothing in that one. You can cover that one up and do it this way. Just a little item off to the side. Or in this case, sponge balls. My technique is I pinch it in between these 2 fingers, and then when I do this, I essentially take all my other fingers and retract it towards my palm. That way when I close this hand right here, I leave my just pointer finger open, that way I can point to it. And all in all, it's going to look like this. Just like this. And then you're going to take your two fists, do this, and then you're gonna say, well, it takes just a simple bump to get them transferred because they think it's in this hand. In reality, it's in this one. So you can do a little tap, do a little bump, just whatever you want to do for a transition, anything. And then you're going to reveal that this one is empty, that this one has the 1 in it. That way it can appear transferred from one to the other. You put that one away. Matter of fact, you can throw it out the window for all I care. Just make sure you can go retrieve it after the trick. That way you don't lose anything. And then once you're done with this, you can then take your deck of cards, which is fully done, and you're going to say, well, throughout some of those tricks, all I did was show you how to do a few of these tricks, and maybe 1 or 2 of them that I already didn't show you that I fooled you with again. But that was a whole different thing. However, throughout this entire other trick, I was not touching the deck. You can confirm that, and they'll say yes or whatever. And then you can say, well, watch this. Shake, snap, and stop on that cue right there. So shake, snap, which is unnecessary. Anything you want, just blow on it. Anything you want. Any transition, which is fine. In this case, shake, snap, and say, well, this entire time, I had it over here, and I didn't touch it. But I want to have this one reveal. What was your card? I think the card off the top of my head was like a 6 of hearts, I think. But that was me because I saw it. Spectator would say that instead because I wouldn't be able to see it at that point. And then what you can do is you can do that exact same rolling out part. And what you're going to notice from this is that because of the fact that it was already preset up beforehand, the 6 of hearts is still sticking out. And you're going to say, well, every single one of them is face down except for, and then you're going to go through the cards like this because that's more revealing. You're going to pull that one out, and then you're going to keep going through to make sure you got the entire deck kind of messy, but at the same time knowing that no other card is revealing. And that's how you do the trick. Usually they will sign something before you do the main trick, and that's a whole different thing. Essentially, you just hand the card off to them, they sign it, they put it down right then and there, and then you can do the palming technique and just take the card like that, and then do it from there. But then you reveal the card, they get amazed. You can say either you can keep the deck or thank you very much. Either you can keep the card or something like that, because if they sign it, it's pretty much theirs at that point. That's what I believe. The talent show one, I did sign the decks and I gave them away because of the fact that they signed their name on the card. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to, like I said in this one, like I did in this one. But yeah, that is the complete version of the tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and see you on the other side. What's up, guys? So I'm glad you enjoyed that performance and the tutorial, and I hope that you can recreate that as well for all your friends and all your family, just to amaze them out of nowhere. Because trust me, that one trick took me about a month and a half to get down before the audition in general. And once I got past the audition, I perfected the trick over and over. I did it about 15 times before I even thought to do it on the stage, just for practice before the day after. So it does take a lot of practice and a lot of different techniques to get to that point, but once you do, I believe the payoff is so much better than anything else you would expect. But of course, I will show a couple more techniques later on, more performances, more tutorials, and overall just a lot more magic coming along the way instead of just waiting and just doing random shuffles. Obviously, I'm going to do more shuffles and flourishes in the future, but I also want to get out more magic out there aside from just the shuffles. So the tutorials and the performances will be coming in. Performances, I believe, will just be the shorts unless it's a longer version of the performance. And the longer videos will most likely be the performance and the tutorials to not only show you, but teach you how to actually do these types of techniques. And off to the side, it will create shorter form content, not that it's like YouTube shorts, but actual videos teaching you specifically how to do those techniques in specific, such as palming of something like that between 2 different points on the hand, or taking random cards such as 6, as mentioned in the video, and making it go like this, disappear right behind your hand, and then making it reappear. That's a whole different technique in itself, but I want to make sure that you guys have a little bit more understanding of what I came through for this. So I'm very glad you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. First time I've ever said that on this channel, to be honest, but hey, the more you guys support this channel, the more I can make and the more I can roll out, more content I can put out to you guys. And I'm more than happy to make that because I enjoy it just as much as you do. Alright, see you guys next time on the next video, whether it's anything on the channel description or just a random video in general. But I'll see you next time. Have a good day and stay magical.